Alrighty, welcome back everyone to part 2 of time dilation video. So last video we were talking about how we knew that the proper time in the stationary or in the reference frame that's moving to the people in that reference frame, the proper time is L over C, the distance it takes to get from the bottom screen to the top screen, L divided by the speed of the light, C. Whereas the people watching that moving reference frame in their own reference frame, they see a different situation occurring where the distance that it travels is this distance here, which can be calculated by timesing the speed of light by the relativistic time that they see the light beam moving along for however long that time takes. You can already tell that that time is going to be different than t0 in order for the speed of light to still be constant and yet be traveling further. It's going to have to take more time to get there. We want to figure out how much more time, like what factor do we need to multiply t0 by to find this t. Now the equation we can set up is to use Pythagoras' theorem and say that because this is a right angled triangle, the short sides when they're squared and added need to add to the long side squared. And that's what this is. CT squared is the hypotenuse squared, VT squared is the short side squared, plus L squared is this other short side squared. Using Pythagoras' theorem we get this. So on the next line what I'm going to do is I'm going to expand out these brackets. So I'm just going to get, let me draw. So I'm just going to get CT, when that's squared, you get C squared T squared. That's what happens when you square something in brackets. That is a product. You get each of the products being squared. So C squared T squared equals V squared T squared plus L squared. That's still there. Now I'm going to try and convert this into maths text. So how do I do that? I use this tool and see if it understands what I'm trying to say. Not quite. Let's do the fix it. This one here, I thought this was a Q, not what it was. C squared. Okay, now it's getting confused by the 2. Nope. Let's try something else. Let's circle all of this and try and get the right thing. Okay, well it's not working, so I'm going to delete all of this and paste something else. Okay, so before I prepared this is what I was trying to write. C squared T squared equals V squared T squared plus L squared. That was just expanding it all right out. On the next line, what I'm going to do, and I've already done it here, I'm going to subtract away V squared T squared from both sides so that I can get the T squareds all on the left hand side. So what ends up happening is I get C squared T squared subtract V squared T squared, and that only equals L squared because the V squared T squared got subtracted from both sides, so it deleted this V squared T squared, and I just got left with L squared. If you didn't quite follow what I was just saying in that last 20 seconds, go back, rewind, use the rewind tool in your video.